Welcome back, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I super appreciate it. This week, we're going to be looking at my favorite Pokemon game of all time, and actually the first Pokemon game that I've actually ever done for this channel. Pokemon Stadium 2. Now, this particular Pokemon game, I've just had so many memories with. I used to play the mini games with my sister and my cousin all the time, and it's just the best Pokemon game to me. I do remember back in the day Pokemon being just insanely everywhere from 97 onwards to the early 2000s. Going to all the movies and just having all the cards, and it was just crazy. It was just crazy. But why do I think this game is better than all the rest? Let's find out now. Here's the intro. One thing to point out before I actually get started on this review is I have to say this is one of the coolest looking N64 carts, and it's probably my personal favorite. Well, to be quite honest with the story, there is none. Honestly, it's you fight trainer after trainer, and then you win badges, and you win trophies, and yeah, I mean that's about it. The only real storyline comes at the end of the game when you take on your fiercest rival and gain respect, and also Team Rocket shows up every once in a while. But it's really nothing spectacular as far as the story goes. Now, with the gameplay, your goal is kind of similar to a turn-based RPG. You get into a battle, and then you press A and then R, and then use the C buttons to pick your attack. And that's really about it. To be quite honest, the only next thing that happens is you see an animation of an attack, which is freaking awesome. This is also my favorite part of the game. Seeing the animations come up from your favorite Pokemon is just so cool. My only complaint is you can't skip the animations, at least from what I cannot see to do anyway to turn it off. And it gets super frustrating when you miss an attack just to watch it again and then possibly miss again. And this is especially frustrating with Wobbuffet. Ugh. Maybe I don't know how to use this Pokemon that well, but my gosh, he's just not fun to use because of this issue. But he can take out some Pokemon super easy, so there is that. And one other thing to note from this game, from the first game, is the first game came with the transfer pack. If you had Pokemon Stadium, then you got what's called the transfer pack, and you could use this to actually play the first two generations on your Nintendo 64 and also import your Pokemon from those two games into Pokemon Stadium 2. Now without that, because I didn't have that, I had to deal with rental Pokemon, and the rental Pokemon are they're terrible. I mean, what I mean is there are instances in the game where I brought in a lesser Pokemon because their movesets are much better than a perfectly good evolved Pokemon. I wish I had a transfer pack because this would make the game easier. And not only is this really a glaring issue, which I've heard this is also a problem in the first game, I cannot finish round 2. If anyone has any tips on round 2 with rentals, please let me know. The graphics in this game are really good. All the Pokemon models are just so awesome, and the animations of the attacks graphically are so cool to look at. Music-wise, it's great, but not one of the best ones I've ever heard. But it does work for this game. I especially love the music for selecting a mode. That is a really kickin' music. I didn't mention the development history for this game, but there really isn't, except I saw that there were tournaments for this game, which is pretty cool. Well, this game I think is one of the best Pokemon games I've ever played. However, being released as a kid's game, I do find it a bit too difficult. If you don't have a transfer pack, which I know none of us really had the stupid thing, I remember you could rent one at Hollywood Video or Blockbuster back in the day, but I just don't have the money or know how to find one of these. However, I do think this is one of the coolest games on the system because Pokemon being Pokemon. And besides the later games like Pokemon Stadium 2, gave the series a much needed flair, but really with not a ton to say. I do love this game. Just be aware it is kind of a difficult ride if you pick up this one. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the next episode.